My last parish assignment, we had a Sunday night Mass at 7 p.m. I was called it the last chance Mass of the diocese. And it was funny because I'd start Mass at 7 o'clock. There'd be maybe 120 people in the pews. By the time of the gospel, there were like 400 people in the pews. So it was people that they had sports all weekend, or they were traveling, or whatever. And I was never upset that they came late. I was just grateful that they were there at all. But it was a great Mass because there was people from all over kind of gathering at the end of the weekend to pray, to celebrate Mass, and to orient themselves for the week ahead. So if you really think of the whole Sunday experience as a reorientation, the word orientation comes from orient, which is to kind of set your sights on the east as the pivotal target. So as Christians, we look to the east. In the early church, Mass was always celebrated in the morning facing the rising sun. This idea was that the rising sun was a symbol of the risen Christ and the light of his rays shining upon us. So people celebrated Mass oriented towards the east. So think of Sunday as like a reorientation. All week we may be scattered, we may be stressed, we may be exhausted, we may be upset. Sunday's kind of a day just to get our heads back together, our lives back together, to reorient ourselves to God and remind ourselves of why we're here. We do that by celebrating Mass, by observing rest, by being with family and friends, by sharing a meal, by doing corporal and spiritual works of mercy. So many great things we can fill Sundays with. I know this may sound idealistic, but take little baby steps in the right direction of really reclaiming Sunday as sacred Sabbath.